And yeah, you gotta get a Starlink, no doubt, because otherwise I don't think you're gonna even if you're getting cell service, in order to be able to send the data and live stream, it's gonna be I don't know how good that's gonna be.
So Starlink Roam is actually what I would need. And Starlink Roam, God, they're expensive right now. They were like so cheap before. But I'm wondering if I can get a payment plan. The mini kit is $49. So it looks like I can get something as low as $45 interest free
Yeah.
with Klarma, but they're gonna have to approve me and
Well, I think I
pi
think like
and
I think like we
and
talked about before, if we can get your channel updated, get all this content on there as well about everything you're having to do to prepare, everything you've done to the boat, everything that's upcoming. You can start a Patreon on there, and you'd be surprised how many people around the world would be interested in watching this. That would probably donate to your Patreon, and you could literally, I think you'd probably unlock a Starlink pretty quick because it looks like you're $500 for the equipment, and then $50 a month is what it looks like.
right.
Yeah, and I don't even know if because it's such a newer technology, I don't even know if like trying to find a used one is worth it. I would almost feel like getting something new that is from the manufacturer that works, that hasn't been beat up is probably and you got to make sure too it's going to be resistant to salt water and all that stuff.
No, they're pretty good to go. So here's some pictures of Cha Cha from the beginning.
Yeah, I think it would be
Yeah.
cool if you did a video about this, kind of just maybe did a green screen with you down here and scrolling through all your pictures and video and talking about
Look at how
talk
much water is in the look at how much water is in the bottom of the boat. This is on the land. Look at this. This is the whole bottom of my boat. And then he had this giant pump and we pumped it out.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's a great video to make is just kind of telling the origin story of the boat, where you found it, why you bought it, why this one was special, and then also the restoration. Because I remember when you bought this thing and you were like, we thought it was going to be up and going in 3 to 6 months, and it's been how long?
yeah. Oh
How
my
long
God,
has this been?
it's been almost 2 years.
Y-
August was 2 years.
Yeah, you're 2 years in, 24 months later, and here we are. And ironically enough, you get the boat seaworthy and you're getting booted out of the boat slip.
And I met it's the A, that's how you know everything is always working out. So it lasted as long as it needed to. And you know what? We want to head south anyways. Past November, the winds start to shift. So
Okay.
one of the things that I was looking at yesterday was so we want certain types of winds and
See, and this is just to put a pause on this too. I don't know. Are you taking notes about anything? Do you have a notepad?
well, I do. I'm
Yeah, but
recording
you're recording.
everything,
You're gonna have
but
to go back and
yes.
watch this. Just pull out a notepad real quick, okay?
Okay,
Um,
notepad, I got it.
so I think just put little dashes. I think one video. Let me know when you're ready too.
Hold on, I just dropped my Blue Yeti. All right, notes. Got it, Joey. Tell me.
All right, I think those Facebook pictures you were just taking me through with the pictures in the video, I think that needs to be a video right there, and that just needs to be the origin story of Cha Cha. Like, bring us up to speed just by kind of scrolling through those pictures and narrating everything. I think that's one video you need to make for sure.
Okay.
I think number two is what you're getting ready to tell me here about explaining the wins and all this other stuff. That's a completely separate video right there. Um, and then I think three, you need to tell your story about what's prompting this. Basically, I know you posted the video about getting booted from the boat slip, but I think that needs to be a video because that's going to kind of prep this whole thing, right? So you've got the origin story in there. You've got the winds coming up here. This is a very sailing specific video here. So like what we'll do is when you record this video and we go back to package it, we're going to look at certain things that are probably keywords that are highly searchable in the sailing world with winds and all this other stuff, and that's going to be baked into the title of your video somehow, and that's going to make it more indexable for people out there who are looking for this type of this type of content, right? You're answering a specific question. What type of winds do I need to sail? And you're kind of setting the stage here. So that's 3 easy videos right there off the rip.
How long should they be?
As long as they need to be. If you can do it in a minute, it's a minute video. If it takes you 10 minutes, it's a 10-minute video. But I think, the
Less than
reality
15
is
minutes, less than 10 to 15 minutes, it sounds like.
yeah, I mean, I think the reality is you don't need to ramble on for an hour, but you're
Okay.
you're basically pulling up the map, you're talking about the winds, your course of sailing and all these other things and why this stuff is important. So are you gonna have access to this? Yeah, I guess if you have internet, you'd be able to access this offshore. Is this something that if you don't have, you're kind of screwed when you're sailing?
So, you definitely, so down here, as you can see, here's your, daily go round. So you can usually plan out the 5 or 6 days in advance. Anything more
Okay.
than that starts to get a little bit dicey. Our journey from here to here is it should be 3 to 5 days. So we'll check for a weather window. So right now the winds are a little high. They're in the 20s and 30s. Well, not right now. They're in the 20s and 30s. We want that lower. We
And when
want
that
it in the 10 to 15 range. 18, I think, is good.
and what are these winds? Is this from Humberto, whatever his name is?
This is nothing yet, but here I'll play the next couple of hours. And this is showing knots. If you look right there next to where it says wind speed, it shows the knots and stuff like that.
Where do you need the wind speed to be realistically? You said under 10 is ideal?
Under 20 is good. 15, I believe. You know what? These are all questions that I kind of need to ask someone. But I'm pretty sure 10 to 18 knots is pretty good for sailing. And
See, I
that's
think
why it's green. And that's why it's green down here. You see this?
yeah.
That's why that's good there. The other thing, so obviously this is now we're going into Wednesday, so we got a storm, 20 knots, not so bad. And obviously, thank goodness the storm is going away and not about to kill us. But the other thing that we look at is we also look at wave heights. And I need the wave heights to be 2.4 meters is huge. Like that's like 7 feet. I need that to be like 3 feet,
So what
3 to 5
happens
feet.
what happens when you're sailing and the conditions get like this? You find you s-
You
you
you bring all the sails down and you beat the boat up and you beat yourself up, right? When you're constantly banging and slamming and going up and down, it just makes for an unfun ride. Not only that, but it makes you more tired because you're constantly moving around in the cockpit and you're hanging on. So it makes it opens up the opportunity for bad things to happen simply because of exhaustion.
right.
So it's not good for the boat. The boat can handle it. She's been around since 1965. But
How long is how
all of
much
your
is
fix,
how much has she been sailed though since 1965?
we don't know. She's been on the hard for 10 years, basically,
Okay.
meaning she was not being sailed at all. Um,
Is that good or
but
bad? Does that matter?
that's well, if you look at the inside of Cha Cha, she looks like she hasn't been sailed a lot, which is great. But her version of the boat, the thickness of the fiberglass, the way that it was built, plenty of these boats have sailed around the world. So she's sea ready. And she's what's called a blue ocean boat, meaning that she's ready to handle good wind and waves, and she's meant to be what's called a good platform. So she's able to handle um, weather essentially, without the crew getting beat up. A lot of boats have small keels, so the boat rocks a lot worse. It doesn't like pick a track and go. So Cha-Cha's heavy. She's got thick fiberglass hulls. She's got a nice big keel. So she's a blue cruising boat to give you comfort while handling bigger seas versus a boat that it feels like a plastic Clorox bottle. You don't want to be on a Clorox bottle. You want to be on a nice, a good container, essentially.
That's a YouTube video right there explaining all that.
And I have people who I would
Write
love
that
to interview just like this,
write that
who
down.
will talk us through
Write that
a
down.
good platform
Yep. She's
for.
she's built for sailing.
Well, she's actually a sailing yacht. She's a SY, not an SV. She's a sailing yacht, and a sailing yacht makes her seaworthy and safe, but also has some comfort that goes with the ability of being a yacht. So she was a yacht, she is a yacht. She has the pieces that are needed by Lloyd's of London essentially for safety and for livability versus a boat that you're going to just go out there and it's dangerous and the fiberglass is thin and you can rip things out and things can break. Cha-Cha is a sailing yacht, an SY, not a SV. If you look at sailing channels, you see SV, sailing vessel, or you see SY, sailing yacht. She's a smaller yacht.
Okay. That's a video right there. The difference between an SY and an SV. Write that down. So what we're doing right now, this is something that that I learned from Think Media, who we hired as a YouTube coach, is one of their styles of videos, or a style of video, is called ASQ, answer simple questions or answer specific questions. So anything like that that is a very
Okay.
specific question or simple question is worthy of having its own YouTube video, because that's something that people are looking for. If I was looking to buy a sailboat and I'm getting into sailing, this is a question I would need answered. Now I know if I'm looking for a sailboat because I want to go in the open ocean, I need an SY apparently instead of an SV.
Well, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to just sail around, your little bay, that's one thing. If you want to go out here into the ocean. So the goal for Cha-Cha is to get from Myrtle Beach to Jacksonville and then do whatever I need to do to get to St. Augustine, which is kind of really where we want to go. It's a smaller marine, it's a smaller port, it's nice. And then to West Palm. From West Palm, I can either go to Key West, Miami, or I can jump across and go over to the Bahamas in an evening sail. And then that is, you leave in the evening, you arrive in the morning, and you are able to see. It's not really marked as well here in the Bahamas, so you don't really want to be sailing at night into the Bahamas. You don't want to be arriving at night. You want to be arriving during the day. And as sailors, you know, sailing at night is kind of the same as sailing in the day. It's just a little bit darker. So you don't really have the ability to be super scared of sailing at night. It's just something that you have to deal with and get over and enjoy celestial sailing. It's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the few things you can do that I found that you can do somewhat sober or sober. And what I mean is doing things somewhat sober late at night. Sailing and salsa are two of the main things that I think are great to do at night. Cha cha.
Sailing and salsa.
Yep. Nighttime activities.
You need a t-shirt that says that.
Oh, I do. Sailing and salsa. Are we gonna have swag? Does Cha Cha need with Cha Cha? Does Cha Cha need swag for the Cha Cha? Is it the Cha Cha and Austin show, or is it the Austin and Cha Cha show?
I don't even think it's a show, man. I think it's Sailing Cha-Cha with Austin Arnone is what I think this is. That's my opinion.
Sailing Cha Cha with Austin. I don't really need to use my last name.
Yep.
I don't
I'm
even
gonna
need to know.
update
I
that
don't want.
right now if you're cool with it.
Do it. I don't want to be famous. I just want
So
Austin. I want
is cha
Cha-Cha to be
cha,
famous.
how is cha cha written? Is it
It's
spaced?
CHA. It is space. It can use a squirrely if you want. On the back, it just has the tiller. It has the rudder in the back. But it's just cha and cha. And the goal is to be anchored at least for a few minutes right here. Look at all these little sailboats there waiting for Cha-Cha to come right there.
Where is this? West
And this
Palm?
is yeah, this is downtown West Palm. So
How do you
once I get to here, go ahead.
how do you feel your channel handle? Are you good with that? Just being sailing cha cha?
Sure.
Simple, easy to remember, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
So the
clear.
goal is to
So
anchor
if
here, dinghy here,
let's
enjoy
go
downtown West Palm
let's go
and
back
Palm Beach
north
if
and
I
talk
want.
about where are you going to anchor when you get to Cape Canaveral? Are you going to go through the locks
Yeah,
and actually are you going to go through the locks and into the river?
wet locks. There's no locks. The locks are only when you need to go to Lake Okeechobee. If you want to cross
No,
if
there's
you want to
locks.
cross the
There's
state.
Port Canaveral has a lock, so it's locked. So if you go up to Port Canaveral, yep, scroll in now. You can see the port there. Keep zooming in. Go north, a little north. Yep, zoom in right there. See where? Nope, back down. Right there. Zoom in. See where it says Jetty Park Pier?
Yeah.
So there's the
Is this
port.
the inlet?
Yeah, but now zoom in even more. See where the Disney cruise ship is?
Yep.
Yep. See, once you get past that, now go west a little bit. See,
Yep.
there's the locks right
Oh,
there.
okay.
So if you want
Uh-huh.
to,
Uh-huh.
yep. So what you can do, and you can actually see there's a bunch of guys that have, or guys, people, whatever. I don't know. There's people that have a lot of sailboats anchored up right here inside the locks in the river. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you could anchor up there. I could ride my bike over and um,
Heck yeah.
we could
And
hang out.
we're gonna hang out, but I think I also come this way.
Okay, so you're going to go
Like this is
through.
the intercoastal.
Are you going to go through Ponce
Well, it
Inlet then
depends. Um,
up at
so I don't
New
really want
Smyrna?
to, I could, we don't really want to motor as much as we want to sail. And when we get into the intercoastal, we have to really motor. So the goal is technically to sail from St. Augustine maybe to here and then cut in. I don't know where Ponce Inlet is. That the main inlet? I'd have to look. I have
You
to
could
look in
take
my maps.
you could go Ponce, and that would take you through the Mosquito Lagoon, and then you'd have to go through Haulover into the river, or you could stay you could stay in the ocean and go through the locks at Port Canaveral, and even if you went back out the locks to sail down to West Palm, you could do that.
Yeah.
But you could
So that
stop for a
comes
day or
into
two
here.
here.
Heck yeah, and anchor out. That's the goal. And where's the next inlet?
Sebastian.
Far.
It's about, I mean, if in a vehicle, if
Okay,
you're
right
going to
here,
drive that, it's
Sebastian. No,
probably
no, no. Yeah, right.
yeah.
No, but it's not a come in here and then go north to you. It would be a come in and go south from Ponce. Yeah, that's far. Okay. And maybe I come in through the locks. You know what? I talked to Scott, my mom's husband, who actually rebuilt Cha Cha, and ask him what he knows about coming in and out of. And this is the locks right here, is what you're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, you got to call them on the radio. You got to put on your life jacket. You got to do the whole you got to do that whole thing, but
Yeah. Well, that's part of the plan.
all right, I like
So
it.
make my YouTube famous, make Cha Cha famous, however you want to do it. Get Get us a Starlink.
You got to get a Starlink.
Figure
You know what I
out
would do is I would go I'd go figure out Patreon because we need to put that on your YouTube channel. You need to go figure out how to sign up for Patreon. And I think you need to talk about that in the videos too, straight up, that these are the
what I
things you need.
notice about Patreon is these people have packages. So we need to
Or
come
you know
up with
what?
like my package.
There's probably something else that's similar to Patreon. I just know that this is a thing. I know that it works because I know a lot of creators use it.
Yeah,
But you could,
everybody uses it. I mean, I have Go High Level, so I can set up a payment page just in Go High Level. Well, let's think about that for the next couple of hours, and then, let me know what you want to do about that. I'm giving you that a little bit in your control,
all right.
um, for now. And so my job is to get 50 subscribers to the YouTube channel.
Yep. 50
And it
subs to
looks
the
like it's
YouTube, 15 subs on the YouTube channel so you can start streaming, and then we can start. Oh, is that us right there? Look, so you are live streaming. You do have it unlocked.
well, we still need more subs, so don't tell everybody.
No, that's all right. Hey, listen, you're better off growing subscribers organically on YouTube than you are sending people there. Because ultimately you want the people that are subscribed to your channel to be genuinely interested in this content, because that's
Right.
what is going to get you the most bang for your buck, because then the algorithm is going to reward you because you're bringing people to platform, they're staying on the platform to watch your content, and it's going to push your content even more. And then what we can do is we come in now, we update this,
Can you
and
update that?
yeah, we can update this. I don't even know if you want to keep it on here because it's a little bit of, I mean, we're talking about sailing, but we could find a way to title it and package it well. That's just kind of like
Set up.
me building my YouTube channel to stream my sailing journey type of thing. Do you have a Gmail set up that is specifically for this, or do you just have a generic one?
No, I just have my own. Uh I have a couple different emails, but mainly they're all for either work or my personal.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's worth setting up a sailing cha-cha at Gmail
Okay.
specifically for the channel. That way,
Yep. Okay.
if you have things that are related to this, they can go there.
Right. Yeah, because I already have 1 million unread emails on my other one,
Yeah,
on
you
my
don't want
other
that.
email.
Oops, sorry.
So I should probably narrow that down.
Yeah. Well, you're just like me. I probably have 10 emails, but at least I know which ones I'm working and I can manage it.
Right. All right. Well, what do we do next? What's my next plan of action, coach?
Oh, I just sent you a text
I
about getting that,
saw it.
about that Gmail. I'll go
Okay.
on here, spruce up the channel a little bit, and then you
Do
need
you want
to
me to upload a bunch of that? You know what? Can I make you a do you know how to even use Riverside yet?
I haven't even looked at it.
Oh man, it is awesome, Joey. We changed the game by us having that conversation about StreamYard and Opus, because this has allowed me to. So I feel like I think I can add you.
You're probably gonna have to pay for it.
But I did, and I found a coupon. So I used a coupon and I got the upgraded one for $15 a month.
Yeah, see, well, that's saying to add an editor. I'm not an editor. But I guess
It
if you
says
had an
I'm
editor, that's pretty sweet. You can add your editor to Riverside. I'm gonna have to check this out because we've been wanting to do live streams on the real estate channel, and I just haven't because it's a great idea, but it just wasn't top of the list. But I am gonna look into this and play around with it. The platform looks
It's
pretty
awesome.
intuitive.
It's awesome, and you can. It's so easy to get people in on calls, and I'm super impressed.
Yeah. So
It, it, it
what I think you need to do for the next, honestly, the next 15 days is I think you need to live stream on the YouTube channel multiple times per day about what you're doing. And
okay,
whether that's you're getting up in the morning and you're working on the boat, I think you should do that.
okay,
If you're running errands in the afternoon to prepare, I think you should talk about that. And I would probably just title your
okay.
streams like, you know how this one says welcome to our live show. I would probably just title it specifically what you're doing. Um, Preparing for 15 days at sea on my sailboat, right? Like that would be the name of the live stream. And you would just talk about your prep. And we can work through some of that stuff, but I think that's the easiest thing to do because now you're pumping relative content again on this channel. It's going to be tied to your, specific niche right there. And that's going to help YouTube learn who they need to start pushing your videos to. And it's going to have to figure it out for a solid. Honestly, it depends on how often you do this. But usually it takes about 30 videos for the algorithm to really understand who it needs to be showing your content to. So it's going to push
Okay.
it to a bunch of different people as it's learning about this. So I think the more often you can do this now, the better. And that way, by the time you're ready to set sail, you've raised enough money through your Patreon or whatever it is to get the Starlink and whatever other supplies you have to have. You'll have somewhat of an audience. You'll have people that are excited about this journey, and then you can start live streaming these whatever you do on a sailboat when you sail, man. I mean, I want to see it. That's why that's part of the reason I'm pushing you to do this because I want to see it. And I know there's probably a million other people out there that would want to see it too that you don't even know exist that are outside of
So
your Facebook circle.
right. So I'm adding videos now.
Yep. All those and again, all those things that you added to Facebook, like all those shorts recently, you could upload those here as YouTube shorts because they're just little snippets as to like what's happening.
And this software takes these videos and turns them into shorts for you. Is that not dope or what? It takes your long form content and it pulls out the things that have like the most like interesting text and the most interesting visibility, and it it uh it kills it. All right, so what are you doing and what am I doing? I'm gonna try and make some more videos
Yeah, your
and
goal
upload some
honestly
stuff to YouTube.
is start that Gmail, start the Patreon or whatever other thing you're gonna
Okay,
do.
so here, look, here's some new shorts here that we
Yep.
can mess with that are in
You,
draft.
you got some
See how you
drafts.
post
That's
them.
good. And then yeah, you wanna start streaming this stuff, man, and talking about the journey, document it here. I mean, with Riverside, I think you can stream to multiple platforms at once, but
Hmm.
we don't want to forget about YouTube. We want to get YouTube nice and primed up and ready to go for that sailing journey. And then obviously that's what's going to be the catalyst, in my opinion, to help raise the money for the Starlink. And
I need a Starlink. I need a auto tiller that allows you to really steer at night or to steer alone.
you might need
That's
some. You might need.
I need a lot of things,
I
but
don't know if you need solar panels to charge stuff with. Like I don't. I don't
I
know.
will I will
But
need solar panels. Right now I can charge off my engine, I believe, but I haven't used the engine enough to know that it does charge.
so are you gonna go take little test sails every day now around where you're at just to sort of like
No, there's
no?
no way to test sail here. I'm
Why?
in the middle of the
Well,
because there I'm in. I'll show you. I'll show you
I'm
why.
sorry, let me back up. And I guess not sailing, but with the motor to see if it charges your stuff and
It does what it needs to do. It charges my main battery, which is all I need. Everything else is kind of secondary.
okay.
People have been doing this long before. So I'm here. Basically, I am up here at the Grand Dunes. So for me, every look at how small it's called the ditch, and they basically blew the rocks out 14 feet deep so that we can have the intercoastal waterway in the United States of America, so that we can take boats from north to south without having to go out and deal with the ocean and its elements. So the ditch basically goes all the way from Little River all the way through, and look how narrow that is, all the way down. Basically, I'm here,
Is that where that picture
here,
was
I
taken?
believe.
The the one
Yes,
for your channel banner where you're
yes,
sailing, where you're on the boat? Yeah.
yeah. It was taken like right here. I had a friend that lived right in here on one of these houses, and we called and said, "Hey, Cha Cha's coming," and they took a picture for us.
That's
So Cha Cha has to get from there all the way down, probably down to what is called
Well, I'll tell you what, when you get here, I'll bust the drone out and I'll get some drone
Georgetown.
footage of you coming in on the sailboat.
Yeah, baby, I'm in. Dude, we're gonna have so much fun. I'm so excited to be able to learn how to do this and take people out sailing and enjoy a whole new experience, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of other
And
people are gonna learn
fishing,
stuff about this too, because
fishing,
yeah, all the above.
fishing is part of it too. I have a fishing pole, but I'm not a huge fisherman, but I need to be able to catch fish and I need to be able to catch lobster because in the Bahamas, the goal is to anchor. And in the morning when you wake up, you have your coffee and then you dive in to the clear water and you grab your lobster and you have lobster and eggs.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, dude.
Well, I
Well,
think that was a great live stream and thank you for your time. You're going to put in some of your work. I'm going to start uploading some more stuff. I've got some videos here that need to be made and we're just going to keep pushing it. Uh-oh, and then I got to deal with a way of getting Patreon.
yep. I think it sounds like a great plan, my friend.
All right, so maybe we have to break down what I offer in the Patreon. If you want to think that through, how to get people, or if I mean,
You're not
am I just
I
saying,
mean, I think at this point, the only thing you're really offering is I think you
more
don't overthink
content?
it, right? There's people that wanna watch
Okay,
this. There's people that wanna watch
okay,
it. So if you can spark enough interest before you go, that is the offer. I need a Starlink in order to sail. They can go drop some donations there, and that's really what's gonna support the beginning of your sailing journey and your channel to get this thing going. Because you could still sail. You could tell everybody all these stories that you've been telling us for years about Costa Rica and Colombia and all these things, but, like, you just having GoPro footage on locked on a hard drive somewhere is not doing anything. So sharing is
yeah.
caring. You're trying to share it. You need a Starlink to do it. It's what it is.
Let's end it, and then let's turn. I'll see if I can make that last part a little real.
There you go. All right, man.
All right, happy
Take care.
Sunday.
See ya.
Talk to you soon, Joey. Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.